My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Megamind. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But this is a weird one because I've always liked this movie. I've thought it was good, but I just rewatched it for the first time in a very long time, and I gotta say, it's actually great, and it's far smarter than I've given it credit for in the past. So let's begin talking about the plot. And there is so much going on in this movie. Like, it begins, and we get the origin to Megamind and Metro Man. And Megamind breaks out of prison, he captures Roxy, and Metro Man fails and he dies. Megamind then takes over the city, but then he gets really bored really fast and he realizes he has no purpose anymore. So he tries to make a new hero, and during this process, he ends up falling in love with Roxy, and then in the second half of the movie, the hero he tried to make turns out to be the villain, and this is just a movie that escalates so perfectly. And there is so much thought and detail put into this script that it's really impressive. Like, first of all, this is kinda of a spoof of Superman, but it still feels like its own thing entirely. And this movie is thematically rich. This is a movie about how our perception of people isn't always who they actually are. This is a movie about true character and seeing potential in anybody. And it's about finding purpose in life. It's about how love can make us a better person. It's about societal expectations and how class can shape how we're perceived. It's an in depth look at good and evil, and I get so much from this movie. Like, it is such a well written screenplay, and I also think it delivers on the emotion. And Will Ferrell just brings this character to life so incredibly well. He's so over the top and comedic that it feels like an act to him, and that's because it is. And he also brings out the best of this character in a really human way, and I was impressed by the range Will Ferrell showed. It could have just been a typical funny performance, but he delivered in other areas as well. I thought Brad Pitt as Metro Man also did a really great job. I love how he kind of goes through a midlife crisis and he just gets tired of being a hero and he just becomes lazy. And it's like this guy who everybody views as the ultimate symbol of good was just willing to let the city burn. He might not be evil, but he certainly isn't good. Tina Fey as Roxanne Ritchie, I think does a really great job. And I think her character arc and how she views Megamind is such a great element of this movie. But then let's talk about Jonah Hill as Hal, as Titan. And this is one of DreamWorks' best villains. This guy is just so well written and he's a perfect deconstruction of the nice guy trope. This guy who someone doesn't like and he takes it so personally, and when he's given power, his true character reveals himself. And like, the entire last act of this movie is intense because you've got this unhinged maniac with the power of Superman just running amok. And it just feels like nobody could stop him, and the stakes just feel very high. And I thought Jonah Hill showed every bit of range that he needed to heal. And J.K. Simmons is also in this movie, and he's fine, but he's the warden for like 2 minutes. So why would you cast an actor this good for that short screen time? Just a bit baffling. And the action in this movie is exciting. I do like how it's technology against power, and that can make it very intense. I like the technology on screen actually. The warbots that help Megamind out, the holographic shifter watch thing, and how that's actually used plenty of times is a great device. The animation looks great. The character designs, especially for Megamind and Minion, really do stand out. The soundtrack is AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Michael Jackson, some really good picks there, but the best song in this movie is Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Lights Orchestra. I love that song, and it's used so perfectly here. Some of my minor issues with this movie is that it's funny enough, like it's amusing, but I do wish I laughed more during this movie. I think my favorite joke is when he's in the giant warbot and he's just playing around with a car. For some reason, that is the scene that stands out to me comedically. I also don't really care about the relationship between Megamind and Minion. Like, there's a part when they get into an argument and they get into a fight, and it's supposed to be emotional, and I just didn't feel it here. And on top of that, I think Minion's character arc just feels half-assed to a certain degree, and even though I love how tight this movie is, I would have been okay if it was like 10 to 15 minutes longer. But yes, those are just minor issues. I do love this movie now. The story escalates ever so perfectly, and it's just so thematically rich. It's about love and good and evil and true character and potential, and there's so much going on in this movie, and it just feels fully realized. The characters have depths, it can be emotional. I think the entire cast just delivers. Titan is a terrific villain. It's smart, it's exciting and intense, and it's just a very entertaining movie. So I'm giving Megamind an 8 out of 10. 2010 is just the greatest year for animated movies ever. Like How to Train Your Dragon, Toy Story 3, Tangled, Shrek Forever After, Megamind, Despicable Me, Batman Under the Red Hood. Like, what a year. Just unbelievable. But Megamind, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,